It's been a little while since I've done any sort of RC vehicle stuff, and one of you guys down in the comments specifically asked me to take a look at the WLToys A959, and lo and behold, I just happened to have it sitting in the floor over there, so here it is. This specifically has JJRC branding on it. It's the Mad Haste series, but when you look at the bottom of the package, it is specifically the A959 version A, which is this little one right here. This is the second RC car I've ever taken a look at on this channel, so give me a little bit of leeway here. I'm gonna have an awful lot of fun with this, and I hope you guys do as well. But taking a look at the packaging, this is capable of up to 50 kilometers per hour, which is very, very fast. It's 1/18th scale. It does 2.4 gigahertz transmission, so hopefully no interference there. This is the ready to run version, so it does have the included transmitter as well as a LiPo battery. It is 4-wheel drive, so you're not going to get hung up on anything, hopefully. It is waterproof. It has steering servos and a battery and a charger. So there you go. We've covered the entirety of it. But without any further ado, let's open this box. There we go. I always get concerned when one of these pops out. This is an adapter for the charger, presumably, so this is not going to be an American charger. Hopefully I've got something to replace it here, though. Alright, we'll put this off to the side for a minute. Inside of this small box with a little charging pack, charger for lithium battery pack, and this little guy with the non-American plug, so I'm not going to be able to use it here unless I use the adapter, but I have another charger I can use with this, so no big deal. There's also this tool of some form or fashion. It has a little hex on here, hex on the other end, so I'm guessing this is going to be useful for something. Then we've got the transmitter, pretty standard fare here. You do have a bit of a Wi-Fi antenna up here on top, so maybe that'll help with reception. Wheel rotates, and actually it's got foam grip around the outside, so that's kind of nice. Trim buttons here on the side for steering as well as throttle. There's the power button down here. Of course, it's not going to have any batteries in it because it requires 4 AA batteries not provided. Gonna have to break the knife back out because we've got some plastic to cut on here. That was relatively easy. But there we go. There is the car. The WLToys A959. It does have these cotter pins all over it to hold everything in place. Shocks in the front look pretty substantial. Shocks in the back, just like the front, very substantial. Solid body plate on the bottom. It is still plastic, but it is a very thick piece of plastic. There's a screw that's loose here, and it's stripped out completely loose, so that's not great. Let's go ahead and take this body cover off, see what lives underneath. And then on the inside, here's your antenna, 2.4 gigahertz antenna, as well as a strap over the battery. Pretty substantial little Velcro strap there. And this is not currently plugged in, but it says, please turn off the power and switch and unplug before use. And there is the battery. It's not exactly a substantial battery, but 7.4 volt, 1100 milliamp hours should get the job done for a little while. Here's your motor, plugs and everything. There's actually an on-off switch that's kind of hidden under wires here. So once we're ready to go, it's just going to be plugging up this little JST connector, powering it on, and it'll be ready to go. And actually I did go ahead and turn it on, and you can see the red flashing light there, so looks like we do have power. And actually the stripped out screw may not be stripped out, it may just be loose. Yeah, absolutely no problem. Just had a loose screw for some reason. And that's actually, the screw was holding a plate that's covering this steering servo. So very nice to go ahead and get that screwed back down just to make sure everything's okay. And in case you're curious, if you bend this up, you may be able to actually reach some of this stuff without having to take this off every time. It's not gonna be super easy, I'm just gonna say that. I think the best bet would probably be just to take off this front pin and then lift it up, unplug it, plug it into your wall charger, put everything back together when you're done, power it on, and then put this back on. So you just take the one pin off and just be kind of careful around the back of the body. But at this point, I think it's time to go ahead and put some batteries in this, power it all up, take it outside, and have a little bit of fun. All right, and now we're out at the skate park. I'm not gonna be taking this over ramps and like damaging it or anything. I just thought I'd take it around because we've got a lot of flat space here. There's some nice hill over there. Maybe take it out on the little walking path and see how far I can get it away from me before it stops. Let's get started. Whoa. So just initial thoughts there. It's definitely drifting very fast though. Yeah, it's pulling to the left a lot. That's better. Just a ridiculous amount of power though. Uh-oh. That's full speed. Oh! Well, one little collision there, went off a ramp, got a little scratching to it, but not too bad. But yeah, full speed from a stop. Let's see how it does. That's ridiculous. It'll do donuts in reverse, but I think it's almost too powerful to do donuts regularly on this kind of ground. It has so much traction.
which is excellent. I cannot complain in the slightest. Definitely not something that I would want my 7-year-old driving, but a lot of fun. Here it comes again. Almost lost a foot on that one. I can definitely see why the runtime on this is only 15 minutes. And this is more of a race car, so just that very little bit that I hit the grass there, it doesn't look like it's going to do very well. It's doing it, but it's bouncing because it's not off the ground. It's so tight to the ground. Yeah, just did a roll there. Something doesn't sound good. Had a little bit of leaves and gunk in the gears there, but we're good now. And a very valuable lesson that a car this low to the ground, not going to do extremely well in the dirt, in the grass. Just because, again, so low to the ground. And when it's going full speed, the turning radius is not great. Like, I'm full turn right now. You can definitely just whip around. And if you want to turn, just let off the gas. It'll immediately start turning. Some speed passes for you there. And the throttle it's not all or nothing, so you can just give it a little tiny bit of gas and it'll just barely roll. Same with forward or back, just a little bit of gas and it'll go. Now this thing is just a ridiculous amount of fun. Let's go over here and test the range on it. Well, it'll go on and off pretty easily. Anyway, going distance here. Alright, that's farther away than I'd actually like to be, and it's still controllable. Yeah, that's way out there. And here it comes. Full speed. And if you just happen to go off into the grass or something, not that bad. But this thing is definitely made for concrete and asphalt. And I think to wrap it up, let's give it a little bit of a test on some gravel. So, just like the grass, it's having a little bit of problem. Yeah, because it's so low to the ground, it bounces. Now granted, as you can see, some of these rocks are kind of large. But I think if you keep it at a reasonable pace, it'll do all right. I've been going around here for a little bit, and it's getting dirty, but it's going. And that sucker took off. It's gone. And you know what, with that, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. I definitely did some, not a lot of damage or anything to it, but I was a little rough on it. And I've been out here for probably 10 minutes, maybe more. But yeah, the battery died right after I turned the camera off and was driving it back to the car. So 15 minutes sounds about accurate. And it's a whole lot of fun, I gotta say that. So I'll put a link to where you can find this down in the description. If you're looking for a gift for a friend or a family member, if you're looking for just something to have a little bit of fun with, as long as you don't intend to take this off-road, it'll do amazingly well. But as you saw, it'll do okay off-road as well. So thanks as always for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to receive more. We'll see you again next time.